I am back with the Mental Monday series. It's been a while. I am not very good at keeping consistent with things. Another thing with ADHD, but this week's topic will be forgetfulness, which is very on point. You know, most people forget things, but especially for ADHDers, it is something that we struggle with a lot. This is mainly due to our issues with working memory, which is the ability to process and use new information. And then executive functioning issues also play a big role because it impacts our ability to stay focused, especially on the tasks that we find less interesting. And this leads to worse information retention, initiate, prioritize, and follow through on our tasks, and to keep thoughts and things organized. It also affects our ability to sense the passing of time and our sensory processing, which means that we'll be more sensitive to noise, to touch, which further increases our disordered thoughts. For me, this is something I struggle with on a daily basis, like many other ADHDers, and it's something that gets worse and worse the more stressed I get. So when I'm working full-time and I'm in a stressful situation, or I'm on the brink of burnout because I've been working too much, that's when I really feel the impact. I find that being in a state like that increases my ADHD symptoms, and I found out that it's because stress impacts or affects the prefrontal cortex, which is also the same area of the brain that is impacted by ADHD. So when you are increasingly stressed, this is also going to affect your symptoms and your working memory and your executive functioning and all of these things that ADHD impacts on a daily basis. One of the worst things I find with these symptoms is the constant brain fog. It's like there's this layer of film in front of my eyes and my mind just can't seem to organize the thoughts and, you know, break through that barrier. And it just gets increasingly worse the more I get stressed, and then that also creates anxiety because I'm scared of what I'm going to forget. I'm scared that I will, you know, decrease in performance and all of these things, which just adds to the stress. And again, it's just a rabbit hole cycle, which also leads me into double checking my alarms, checking my calendar all the time that I haven't missed something, which gives me insomnia as well because I'm scared, oh, did I actually set my alarm? Or did I actually check that there wasn't a meeting in the morning? Have I forgotten something else? And the lack of sleep as well is just gonna make all of these symptoms worse, because what you need the most at times like these is sleep, so you can rest and your brain can recharge. So what is the solve in a situation like this? And when you find yourself having an increase in symptoms? What I try and do is I try to plan ahead, and this can include setting my alarms the day before for all the meetings I have the next day, so I'm sure that I won't miss them. I also try and pace myself, so I'll do some of the harder tasks during the weekend where I have some more energy. So I will lay out all of my outfits for the week on the Sunday, so I don't have to think about it every morning, or I don't have to think about it every evening when I come home from work. I also try to simply do less and sleep more, because I really do need my sleep in these situations, and I have to set boundaries, and this includes, you know, social media, time with friends, and all of these extracurricular activities, or, you know, going to the gym or just going out in general. I tend to just stop doing those things and focus more on getting the rest that I need. And then I think the most important thing is communicating to your loved ones. I communicate to my partner, listen, I am in a stressful period right now, I don't have the extra energy, can you please help pick up some of the slack in this time, and I'll come back to it once I have the capacity again. So all in all, it's about being real with yourself and giving yourself grace in these periods, because it's not like it's going to stay like this forever. Burnout can last a long time, but it doesn't mean that you're losing your mind when you start getting more and more forgetful. And this is something that I've had to tell myself a lot, because I do start worrying that something is wrong, and it is just a sign that you are overworked, that you are in need of a break, and that you need to give yourself time and space to recharge and get back on your feet. So yeah, that's this week's Mental Monday. If you are a forgetful person and you struggle a lot with this as well, please leave a comment down below and tell me how you try and tackle this and help yourself remember things. And I look forward to seeing you again next week if I remember to make the video. Bye guys!